What up, everybody? It's your boy Hally back again. Gvg Podcast, Detroit representative to the day that I die, east side in the building and all that good stuff. I hope you're blessed. I hope this message finds you blessed. Y'all know what it is. It's GVG. It's God versus gods, the true creator versus the people and things and deities that we choose to worship and put in front of him. Y'all know we drop episodes every Thursday. I get my points off the phone and then we go off the fly. Y'all ready? It's already done. What up, though, world? It's your boy Hally. I know how we do, man. We coming back with another episode, kicking in the door, knocking in the door with them facts and them opinions. Some you're gonna like, some you're gonna hate, some you're gonna agree with, some you're gonna disagree with, but we gonna keep it moving, family. Let's go. So today we're gonna be talking about the health cult. Everybody wants to be healthy nowadays. Everybody got all this different stuff going on just to try and be healthy. And sometimes it can get to a point of being extreme. So we're going to get into that today. Y'all ready? It's already done. So the first thing I will say is America is very overweight, but also very underweight. You have a lot of obesity. You have a lot of weight problems in the obese side of the spectrum. But you also have a lot of people who are underweight. You also have a lot of people who suffer from anorexia and eating disorders. And I'm a model and I'm supposed to be 112 pounds, so I don't eat or I throw up, or I'm on this diet, I'm on that diet. We have so many things that we're not balanced in this life of. There is a medium to these things. You don't have to be crazily overweight and you don't have to be crazily underweight. There is a medium between the two. So let's break it down and let's get into it. I don't know if you know about other countries, but America is definitely fat. And I know in today's time you can be canceled or say you're a body shamer or you're this or you're not qualified to talk about this subject and all that stuff. I get that, but the proof is in the pudding and we know what it is. We have statistics, we have data, and we have the eye test where most places that you go, you're going to see someone who's overweight. And we're not talking 2 pounds or 10 pounds overweight. We're talking 200, 300 pounds overweight. And it's not healthy. And also we see people who it look like they need a sandwich. Look like they need a few of them. It look like they need to be in a hospital with a IV attached to them with straight up protein and iron and calcium and nutrients and vitamins, because let's face it, they skinny, like skinnier than Snoop Dogg. So it's like there is an extreme in America and in today's time period where you're so far over here or you're so far over there. And that's one of the things that we're talking about with these extremes. So many people in today's time want to be overly healthy to the point where they'll kill themselves over it. And what does that sound like? A health cult. Let's go, people. One thing that everybody knows is health is wealth. It does matter. Everything that you do in this world, you can get a fancy car, you can get all the clothes, you can get the best woman, you can have a $250 million company, you could be all these things, you could be all you can be in the army, you can be the few, the proud, the Marines, you could be whatever you want in this world, the president, the vice president, whatever. But there's something that we always neglect and something that we never pay attention to. And that is health. Prime example would be Joe Biden. Joe Biden probably had to be told 1 million times to step down before he said, okay, I'm going to step down. And what was it based on? His health. You can say it's based on his age, but there are people his age who are very cognitive, who are very in tune with what they're doing. So no, we're not talking about age right now. We're talking about health. And your health does matter. A lot of us will live our lives acting as if our health isn't part of who we are. You see so many unhealthy people in today's time. You see so many people when you go to the doctor or the hospital, you see it's always packed, jam-packed with people who are dealing with something. Health is wealth, people, and a lot of us have exchanged health for actual money. We exchange health for other things. I always say the Heavenly Father is first. Then comes my life, and then comes my family, and so on and so on. But once you start to replace your life and your health with other things, you will start to neglect your health. You have to be healthy in this world to make it. A lot of us are working with busted up toes and messed up hands, and my back is messed up, and I still go to work every day just to make that little bit of money so I can continue my check-to-check life, not realizing that one day I'm going to be old and no one's going to care, and all I'm going to have are the problems, the health problems, the health scares, and this is reality, people. Understand that it's a privilege to be able to have all of your abilities. It's a privilege to have all 5 fingers on one hand. It's a privilege to be able to run, play basketball, go to work every day, pick your child up and swing them around, be intimate in the bedroom. All of these things are privileges because there are so many people who can't do it. There are so many people who don't have the wealth of health that you do. And a lot of us, we take it for granted. Health is wealth, people. And it does matter. Now, I do want to say the health craze is nothing new. The Bible has always talked of these things, that there is nothing new under the sun. It's just packaged differently. Every 5 years, every 10 years, every 15 years, something pops up as if it's the end-all be-all to health. Brown rice was the craze. Oh, keto diet, all protein diet, all carb diet. Oh, don't eat bread. Oh, don't eat mucus forming things. Oh, don't eat GMOs. This is stepping into the new time, but there will always be something that will trigger you to say, I'm not doing that. And before you know it, you find yourself in that corner. You find yourself not wanting to eat anything. You find yourself not wanting to drink water. I can't drink water because core water is good here, but it's bad here. Essential water is good here, but it's bad here. Voss water and so on and so on. Fiji water is good, but at the same time, it has this bad with it. So we're not learning how to take the good with the bad and realizing that as human beings, the Heavenly Father has equipped us to be able to handle some of these bads. Some of the things that are not good for us, this body was made to be able to withstand. Now, I'm not saying you should overload it, but what I'm saying is things in moderation are not going to kill you. It's about when you do things all the time and constantly and overdo. That's what kills us as people. But people want to say, oh, don't eat that now. You can't be eating this. You can't be doing that. You can't be. And I'm not about to sit up here and act like I don't drink pop. I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef. I eat fish. I eat chicken. I eat turkey. I eat a lot of salads at work. I cut down a lot of my sugar, but I'm still going to have a cookie every now and then. I'm still going to have something every now and then because I know it's about balance. But we live in a time now where people are going crazy over health. Yes, you look good, you look younger, you feel better. All of those things are true. But there is a point where it becomes extreme. You have to find what works for you instead of what works for the guy that's on Instagram trying to tell you what you should do. We are all different as people, as nationalities. There's always going to be something that affects me differently than it affects you. The health craze is nothing new. There will always be someone trying to capitalize off of your naiveness, off of your, I want to be the healthiest person on earth, and I don't want anything bad. I want everything to be good. And there's going to be a person right there to capitalize on it and say, oh, this person right here, they're going to eat the quinoa. They're going to eat the oatmeal. They're going to eat this. They're going to eat that. They're going to take all the vitamins. They're going to do all of this. But at the end of the day, you probably will still be okay. A lot of us are taking normal things and turning them into craziness. I'm not saying you shouldn't try to be healthy. I'm not saying you shouldn't put your best foot forward when researching and learning things. What I'm saying is sometimes we can become unhealthy in the healthy habits that we're trying to bring across. And sometimes it will put us in a corner where we can't live. The best thing about life is living it. And I'm not talking about being an animal and just indulging in anything that you want to do. What I'm saying is that you can't suppress every want and need in your life based on health. There's going to be some times where you say, you know what? I want some bread. You know what? I want a piece of chocolate cake. You know what? Hey, I want a brownie. I want a burger that's cooked with some nice cheese. It's going to happen. But a lot of us are in this deprived world where we're not living. We're so restricted that we would die before we live. Now, people, I don't want you to get it twisted. There is a physical battle. There is a war on your body. There are people who are capitalizing and making money off of your body deteriorating on both ends. There's someone capitalizing on the potato chips and the cookies and the pop and the 7-Eleven trips with the Slurpees and a bunch of candy bars and Reese's, and, you know, look at the nutrition facts on some of the things that you eat. There is someone who is saying the expense of your life and your body isn't worth more than me making money. Sugar is killing us. Salt is killing us. But sugar is really killing us. Go look it up. Go look at how much sugar affects your eyes, your body, your bloodstream, your system, just period. And you will understand why a lot of people do cut back on sugar. Because there is a war on your body. You can talk about cigarettes, alcohol, you know, but the thing a lot of us don't talk about is KFC. We don't talk about Frito-Lay. We don't talk about the vending machines having all of those sweet treats that we want every day. We don't talk about Pepsi and Mountain Dew having 154% of the daily value of sugar just in one 20-ounce bottle. We don't talk about Reese's and all of these different companies, which I'm not trying to down them because this is America. This is what we do. But I'm just trying to get you to understand the other side of the coin, that we are filling our bodies and ourselves with things that are harmful, that are not helpful to us. A lot of cereals are not good for us. A lot of these candies and candy bars and things that are made in laboratories and genetically modified. A lot of these things don't have life. They're just a bunch of ingredients that they use to get you addicted. A cow, even if you eat beef, I may not eat beef, but you do, but at least a cow had life. Plants have life. But a lot of the cereals and the candy bars and all the different things that we eat that they put together in laboratories, it never had life. So it's not that beneficial to you. Of course, chocolate, cocoa, and all those things, yes, we know that was grown. But I'm just stating in the sense of Fruity Pebbles and Apple Jacks and, you know, all those things that we eat all the time. They didn't have life. They couldn't produce life. So understand that there is a war on us, and we are the petri dish. We are the subjects. We are the experiments. They are experimenting on us through us eating and us dying. All of these diseases, all of these things that are messing us over, the diabetes rate. Like, look at how many people have diabetes and high cholesterol and high blood pressure. What is it from? It's from the food. A lot of us are thinking, oh, I'm just born with it. No. A lot of the things that we do is because we don't exercise and because we eat terribly. I'm not perfect. You can look at me right now. I'm not the perfect specimen. But I know when I go to work every day, I eat a salad. When I go to work every day, I try to eat me, a few different things that aren't going to kill me. Sorry if that's, but I've lost 20, 30 pounds within the last 4 months. Just based off my eating and my activity. Walking 10 miles a day. Just doing little things. But understand, people, you be blind, you be stupid, you be naive to think that there is not a physical war. There is not a physical battle on your body. And you lose by never fighting back. Exercise every now and then. Walk. Do some push-ups and some sit-ups. And realize that you get one body. This is your temple. And once it's gone, it's gone. Another thing would be a serious thing is don't kill yourself in the name of the health craze. Do not kill yourself in the name of health. I always made the statement, because I don't eat pork, but I always made the statement, if I was in the forest or in the woods or whatever you want to say, and it came down between me eating pork and me dying, that pig getting roasted. I'm talking about rotisserie. I'm going to be on it. You want to know why? Because my life matters more than this craze that everyone has going on. A lot of us will die in the name of health. A lot of us will actually have unhealthy practices in the name of health. Understand that in this life, you have limits and you have moderation. Do not let health become your God. Just understand that you need to be healthy. You need to practice healthy things, but never let health become your God, because then it becomes the health cult. And now you're in that place where you are blinded and you will literally sit there and die instead of making sense. A lot of vegans don't get all of the necessary nutrients and minerals that they should. And some of them, if they go without eating for a certain time, they'll be in the hospital because they're going to feel faint. Because there are certain things that you get through meat. There are certain things that you get through certain plants that you do eat. But a lot of us will stick to, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, because not knowing that there's so many different nutrients and minerals that you're missing in your life because of your tunnel vision. if you're going to be a vegan, do some research and realize that, oh, you may not eat pork, you may not eat beef, you may not eat chicken, but you have to replace some of those nutrients and minerals and proteins and whatever it is that comes with life. I heard someone say, oh, the gorilla is the biggest and he only eats plants and that's his protein. That's cool. But we need more than protein. We need other vitamins and minerals and nutrients for this human body to thrive. So I see a lot of us. It's a sad thing. A lot of us would die in the name of health. I watched a movie earlier where people were in a cult. And there was a guy he had a gun because he felt I was being messed over by this cult. And once I realized, I said, okay, I'm not going to let this to continue to happen. And he went in there and he asked people, he said, I'll give you 1 minute. Whoever wants to live can leave now. Maybe half the people left, but a lot of the people were still in there singing, dancing, as if he didn't have a gun in his hand and as if he wasn't shooting bullets. And you know what happened? A lot of those people died in the name of that cult because they were blinded by whatever they were blinded by. So I apply this to our lives. There are a lot of things that we may die from because we are blinded in that cult. And it doesn't have to be health. It's plenty of things that we will die in the name of. And then another thing would be all of this bad food and the GMOs. Genetically modified food is everywhere. Everywhere. GMOs are popping up all over the place. And it's almost like there's nothing you can do about it. If you look at your candy, there's always going to be some GMO on there. If you look at your cereal, if you look at most of the things that you love to eat that are real good, it's usually because there's some GMOs involved. And there's so much bad food that we believe is good, but it's not good. It's not healthy for you, even though we think it is. People talk about bread. They're the different kinds of bread. Oh, wheat bread is better than this bread and that bread. But when you really look at it, it's not that much better. That might actually be worse. I stopped, or I will say, I'm not going to say I stopped completely, but I drastically cut my intake on corn. Now, I could be wrong. You could say I'm wrong, but the study that I looked up showed that 80% of corn was now genetically modified, and it was also had some conspiracy theories about estrogen. Whether the estrogen part is right or not, the GMO part, if 80% of corn is genetically modified, I don't want to eat it anymore. But if you do, it's cool. And like I said, I eat it every now and then. But that would maybe be once in a 3 to 6 month span. So to each his own. I'm not telling you what you can and can't do. I'm just saying go look it up for yourself. A lot of the food of today is not good. Pork is thriving. Pork has so many parasites. And I know certain people will say, well, pork is in everything. If you eat fruit snacks and gummy bears, that pork in there, that's completely different than gutting a pig and eating pig ears and pig feet and chitlins and all that type of stuff. And you know, that's completely different. Those parasites in those animals are still present, and now they're present in you. So the one thing I will say is I've had my own health craze. Don't think that I'm telling you this and I had never had the experience. I'm about 6'2", 6'3". Some people will say 6'1". I'm at about 200 pounds right now. There was a time when I was 230. And there was a time when I was 175 pounds. I was so skinny. I was literally so skinny. 175 pounds, over 6 feet tall. All I did was eat fruits and berries and vegetables, and every now and then I would eat some sliced meat or something like that. I would be working a lot, and I was so crazy. I was looking at the PLU numbers on the fruit, and don't eat this, and you can't eat that, and this says this, and Dr. Sebi says this, and this is mucus forming. Eventually, that rabbit hole will have you in a corner. And I was like, what's the point of living if I can't enjoy anything? I can't eat pasta because of this. I can't eat bread because of this. I can't eat cheese because of this. I can't eat eggs because of this. I can't eat beef because of this. But you can't eat turkey and you can't eat chicken because of this. And this is going to make you die faster. And this is going to make this wrong. This is going to make that wrong. So I got to a point where I was like, this is not a hamster wheel that I want to be on. The health craze that I went through myself had me down to 175 pounds as a grown man, being, very tall. I'm not playing basketball every day. So it was like I wouldn't eat anything. I wouldn't eat a piece of cake. I wouldn't eat a brownie. Anybody offered me something that wasn't what I want, I wouldn't eat it. But when you fall hard. And once I fell hard. And that 60-pound weight change happened, going from 175 to 230. Started to eat what I want. And then I got to a place of saying, I need to balance this out. I'm not going to eat fried foods every day. I can have it every now and then, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. Maybe I can have a cookie here and there, eat some chips here and there. But don't guilt myself. Don't kill myself over enjoying those small things. I'm going to eat my salad. I'm going to eat my fruits and berries. But I'm not going to condemn myself if I have a cookie, if I have some popcorn, if I have some things that aren't considered healthy. That's my health craze. And it took a lot to get over it, people. And I know that some of us are dealing with that right now. I pray for you that you can get past it to some type of balance and enjoyment in your life. Which would bring me to my last point. Balance is key. I know we've all heard this before. Balance is key in everything. You should never have too much of one thing and not enough of something else. So even when it comes to health, you should never die in the name of the health cult. I learned you have to have balance in this world. That's why I said I eat salad maybe 6-7 times a week. But I also know, hey, I'm going to eat me a cookie. I'm going to eat some potato chips. I'm going to drink some juice. Oh, yes, it has some sugar in it. I'm going to drink that. I'm going to have me a beer. You have to learn that balance is key for your continued joy and your continued happiness. But a lot of us, we aren't balancing out our lives. We aren't balancing out our diets. We aren't balancing out our intake or our outtake of things. And that leaves us in an emptier place. And when you fall, you do fall hard. So understand that, people. You have to have cheat days. You have to have days where you say, if I work all day, I'm a rest. If I eat cookies, I need to eat some salad. I need to work out. I need to do something to offset that. So understand that, people, that a lot of us are unbalanced. And when you're unbalanced, it leaves you in a place of uncertainty. Understand this, people. I've never been obese, but I have been, some people would say I needed a sandwich. I've dropped down to 175 pounds, and my heaviest, I was 230 pounds. Right now, I'm about 200, and I'm trying to balance it out, because balancing out internally helps me mentally, and mentally helps me spiritually. So understand that on today, people. I'm not telling you you can't eat this or you should eat that. I'm not telling you what diet you should go on, or what video or who videos you should watch, and how many push-ups you should do, and all those things. All I'm saying to you is balance is key in this world. Whether you're a vegan, whether you're a vegetarian, whether you're a pescatarian, whether you're someone who eats anything, understand that moderation is key and balance is key. This your boy Hally. I love all of y'all. I don't want any of us or any more of us dying in the name of the health cult. Till next time, we out.